Hi! Well, I'm back again, so it couldn't be too bad the first time round. So today we're going to actually just do a dish that's been made from leftovers. So yesterday was bolognese, today is cannelloni. Now cannelloni, you can sometimes have a wee bit difficulty sourcing cannelloni shells. These £1.23 from the local greengrocers in Orkney, shearers. So I would imagine, you know, most delis or that have them, but shop around because you can pay too much sometimes. This is a bit of a footer, but anyway, like I say, leftover food. So you just teaspoon and just fill them. Doesn't matter if you spill it, make a bit of a mess, because you're actually just going to have a bit of a base on there anyway. So you just get them all filled as quickly as possible, and then you've got a meal coming up. Whilst I'm doing this, I could just tell you a wee bit about us. So obviously Helen, husband Kenny, who's behind the camera there. I moved to Orkney back in 1991. I came up here to be bridesmaid at a girlfriend's wedding, and I'd never even thought about coming to Orkney before. But I came up here, had a wonderful night at the wedding, real proper Cayley style, you know, proper like real jigging, just fantastic night. Loved the island. I was so pleased. I had come up actually for a few days, but I was in a position that I was actually able to stay for a while. So the wedding was at the end of September, and friends that I'd met there, they put me up, and I managed to actually then stay for 3 months, I think it must have been, till about January. And then I went away back home and I couldn't settle, which I know is quite often the way when you've been on holiday. But anyway, by May I'm thinking, nah, something's not right here. Time to head back north and see what I find. What I found was my husband. Don't suppose I actually had intended that, but hey, in a walk into local sort of bedsit type things, but they were quite fancy, they were quite nice actually. And there was this man sitting there in his goonies, tea time. But anyway, there he was, sitting there, darning socks if memory serves right. And I thought, he's a bit of alright. So anyway, that was me there. Got to know each other, became really quite good friends, and within 4-6 months we set up house together. Another year, that was us, all set to get married, and that was 25 years this year. We're coming up. Let me just give my fingers a quick rinse. Set the cannelloni bits aside, onto the sauce. Now this particular sauce, I'm going to say not particularly cheesy. That's my choice. It's up to you. If you would prefer your cannelloni sauces to be cheesy, on you go. I'm on a budget insofar as like the way I'm cooking is on a budget. Started going to, oh, I'll stop. I'll go back there in a second. So a good daub of butter, probably 25 grams of butter into your pot. Thick, like a full corn flour. I just put them all together. Now again, I know a lot of people think that you should make roux and the likes, but nah, I don't bother. Everything just goes into the pan together. 300 ml of full fat milk. Salt and pepper. Add it first because, like I said, you're not going to be putting in a lot of salt in this dish, a lot of cheese in this dish, so it shouldn't be overly salty. So a bit of both, and then on to mix it. Making a roux, again, I mean, it's up to yourself. I mean, if that's the way that you make your sauces, you know, crack at. But I mean, I just find quickness, we're all on a time limit these days, so straight in with everything together. And this really shouldn't take very long at all. Have your oven heating at this point. for about, let me think, say 200 degrees. Yeah, 200 degrees. What's that, about 375 centigrade, gas mark 4.5, gas mark 5 perhaps. Because although this is like a really quite a quick dish to make, like I say yesterday when we were doing the bread, we're doing this in real time. So it lets you get an idea of just how quick it is. So at this point you can imagine you've come home from your work or whatever, you've got your kids needing to do their homework. Get this sorted, only whatever we're at, 5-6 minutes, something like that. And then they go in the oven for 45 minutes. So that gives you plenty of time then to go and see to the rest of the family. So let's get back to where we were at, my story. The reason I've actually started doing these recipes is Truly Scottish TV had asked us to do the videos, but the videos have come about because I've been doing recipes now for a year in the Orkney News.Scot. Now, the videos actually came about because I had had the good fortune a day to go down and experience what it was like for people using the food banks in Orkney, obviously anywhere else as well. And it struck me that obviously everything that was there is actually all like, you know, dry foods. So like your rices, your pastas, your tins, all that kind of thing as well. And when I was speaking to a couple of the girls, they were just saying that they find meat produce is actually really quite expensive to buy. So I thought, well, there must be a way around this. So the likes of this dish tonight, when I made the bolognese, which I will make in another video, you're only using about 150 grams of mince. Now that's feeding 4 people and we're getting tonight's meal out of it as well. As you can see, I've got some left over. That'll get frozen, so put away for another day. And the way that I get this to actually do all these people is by adding an extra tin of tomatoes. And of course, as luck would have it, this looks like it's wanting to go a little bit lumpy tonight, so we'll just give it a quick stir. Off the heat. Right, that'll do that. And then cheese. Now, like I say, we're not wanting this too cheesy tonight, so keep some back for over the top of your cannelloni. Just about 100 grams of cheese should be enough. But what I like is garlic. So in with a good teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons, depending. Well, I suppose it depends if your luck's in for the night. You maybe not want to be stinking too much of garlic. I've always got that in mind with the girls these days. They're forever saying, "Mum, too much garlic." Now I'm going to have to come towards you, I think, because I think this is probably just a little bit too thick tonight. So we're just going to reach into the fridge, get a touch more milk, and just loosen it up. Never be worried with sauces, because I mean, you can thicken them or loosen them, as I'm doing here, just as you go. So just get it all stirred back together, and that's looking better. And then we'll just pour it over the top of your cannelloni. And then once you've done that, you didn't maybe think it was going to go that far, but there you go. You're not needing it to be overly sloppy. You know, you're not wanting it to be going for a swim. You just scrape it off. I'm terrible for this. You just can't waste a thing. I suppose that's quite good actually. We don't want to be wasting. Give it a wee, move about, and that's that. Crash bang wallop. Cheese over the top, and just like that, you've created a dish from leftover bolognese. So finishing it here now and into the oven. Simples. Straight into the oven. Oh, here we go again. Steam this dashed oven. About 45 minutes, like I say, plenty of time now. Off to the homework with the kids, whatever. And we'll come back in a wee while and see what they look like. Thank you! Whilst we're waiting on this cannelloni, actually, it's just occurred to me that, you know, never waste your bread or anything when you have it. So always have some stuff in reserve. This is the bread that we made. Now, I mean, it's still quite soft actually, we still make a sandwich. But tonight we're just going to slice off a couple of pieces for the good doorsteps. That's the way we like it. And then, what we did earlier was we just made up some garlic butter. So it's literally just butter, garlic granules. I mean, I use granules for everything because without going on too much about Lidl, again, you're picking up the granules for like 55 pence for a wee jar, so they don't go off obviously. You've always got them in reserve then. Good thick dollops. We're not looking after our figure tonight. We're wanting this to be able to soak right in. And then leave it whilst your cannelloni is cooking, and literally that's ready to pop under the grill, and that'll give you your own garlic bread for next to nothing. Okay. So this is us back. Moment of truth for the cannelloni. Like I say, about 40 minutes thereabouts. Oh my goodness, and this is so hot, so really truly be careful with it. We have a little bit of an overspill, so I probably should have actually said to put a tray underneath them, because it saves obviously with the washing up of the oven. Otherwise that steam I'm always mumping about will actually end up being smoke. Now, this is when you can do your garlic bread, because I know you partners and that out there probably could have us all being a bit quieter occasionally, but you do not want to put your lips near that. Not for a good 5 minutes anyway. So preheated grill, and just pop your prepared breads under, and it'll only take a couple of minutes, and that's you got a very, very easy dinner. So just very carefully again, lift your dishes directly onto the plate. I always think it's easier just to put it on a plate. Less chance of burning the old knees. And fingers crossed, the bread should be ready now. You just have to turn that. I usually do the butter side up first and then quickly turn it over, and there we have our homemade garlic bread. So you just pop it to the side of your dinner, and I hope you enjoy it. Very easy to make and very cheap to make cannelloni with homemade garlic bread.